My friends, you might want to save this one. You might want to like it, comment, share it with your friends. This is it. Today's a big day. Today's a massive day. Because today you're going to learn the details, the microstructure, the price discovery, and everything else about foreign exchange that you've never known. And certainly some will understand it. Some will comprehend it. But this is what I've never seen anybody teach on any social platform. But it just reinforces everything that I've taught along the way. That microstructure. But if you don't understand the microstructure level of how exchange rates move, how are you going to trade and risk all your money in the foreign exchange markets? That's insanity, my friends. But here's the question. The billion-dollar question and answer. How do exchange rates move? What causes them to move? What causes them to continue? And what causes them to change direction? Now there's value. The value of changing direction allows us to be timed well with the market. Timing is everything. Matter of fact, I am in this world because of timing. But I digress. What causes exchange rates to move? Value. How does that value drive exchange rates? Well, let's look at the different types of value. You can have actual value when a market maker places a bid or an offer, and a price taker, being a speculator, whether that's an institution or a retail trader, aggressively taking or buying an asking price that a market maker laid. Well, now that is a risk-free opportunity for the market maker because somewhere they have inventory or available inventory at a lower price. Or maybe there's an opposing seller that's coming into the market at the same time and the market maker makes the difference. That's the very mechanism and objective of a market maker, to create risk-free opportunities for themselves and provide liquidity to the market. That's not the retail terminology for liquidity. Retail doesn't understand it, but you should, whether you're retail or more of an institutional or quasi-professional level trader. So a risk-free opportunity creates revenue, but it also looks at the value. So when the market maker is laying prices, which is 5% of their daily activity, 95% of it is aggressive price taking, just like you or I, and there's buyers and sellers coming into the market at the same time, some of those people are going to be buying, some of them are going to be selling, and the market maker stays in the middle and makes the revenue on both sides. But what happens when the price has a direction to it? Now you're getting to something. Well, then you have value that is perceived. And perceived value based upon the net liquidation value of a currency, not a pair, but a currency. When that net liquidation value is higher than the current exchange rate, yes, aggressive price takers, being 95% institutional, will aggressively buy the exchange rate until that perceived value is at par with the current exchange rate. But it's the exchange rate that climbs because price takers are taking advantage of it and knowing that the perceived value is higher. If the perceived value is lower, well then price takers are going to be selling on the bid, pushing that price lower until, yes, the price equals that level at par with perceived value. So now we've got perceived value in two different opportunities. One, a passive market making, where both buyers and sellers are attacking the market, and taking the middle is the market maker, because they know that there's buyers and sellers who both believe the perceived value is either higher or lower. That's a range-bound market. Okay, now you've got a change in direction, and now the price is climbing. Well, prices only climb because there's a perceived value higher than the current exchange rate. Now we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together. But what about the changes in direction? Perceived value. So when the perceived value is higher, this is market sentiment. It's higher. And it's based upon all exchange rates that give us a net liquidation value of the individual currency that we're looking at. You might be going through euro sterling, you might be going through euro yen, you might be going through euro dollar. But the euro has a higher liquidation value based upon each individual currency pair. Then the net liquidation value of the currency is higher by the pair. So then you've got a perceived value. But the changes of direction is when that perceived value transitions, and it transitions first before anything changes direction on the chart. Well, if you go back to my spot foreign exchange, chapter number 7, it tells you the distribution of that move. And then the only way it can change direction outside of that distribution is by perceived value, bid-ask bounce, and volume. So volume transitions after the perceived value or sentiment. Then what happens next? Yes, price action traders. Price then changes direction. My friends, this is everything. Because once price changes direction, it cannot change direction again until sentiment and volume aggressively switch and flip on a dime. So if you follow that, price action is elementary. Because outside of little ranges of noise, you've got every move. Because that is the core influence of every single change in direction that has ever occurred. My friends, this is foreign exchange. This is the inside of the market. And if you don't understand this yet, please learn it. Because it's going to make your trading 1,000% better while eliminating the risk of the uncertainty. See you on the flip side.